Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Last night, Russia launched a massive air attack on Ukraine. In Dnipro, several fires broke out following Russian strikes, according to the State Emergency Service. According to reports, all but one blaze have been located and extinguished, and emergency responders are working on site to put out the last one. One individual was reported injured in the aftermath so far. Local officials in Kryvyi Rih also reported a massive Russian strike which left 9 people wounded. The officials added that the strike deliberately targeted civilian infrastructure. In another attack, Russian troops hit the port infrastructure of Odessa, striking a foreign dry cargo ship with grain heading to Algeria. According to preliminary information, 4 crew members were killed and another sailor wounded. In addition to that, Russian troops dropped a bomb on a high-rise in the city of Siversk in the Donetsk region, leaving 1 person killed and 4 more wounded. This attack was probably a response to the most massive raid on Russian regions since the beginning of the war, which Ukraine conducted on Tuesday night. Now, on the front line, Russian activity in Chasiv Yar has dropped off, but in recent days the situation has been shifting, as this area is strategically critical for both Russian and Ukrainian forces as a gateway to Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. Chasiv Yar is positioned on high ground, making it a key defensive point. Ukrainian forces hold defensive positions in certain areas, while central districts are partially controlled by Russian troops. On Wednesday morning, Kyiv's forces announced a successful counterattack to retake the settlement of Kotliny, near the key city of Pakrovsk, which Russian troops have been trying to take over for the past year, at great costs in terms of manpower. The US-based Institute for the Study of War is saying that the year-long Russian effort to seize Pokrovsk has so far failed, and Russian forces appear to have abandoned the effort to take the city directly, preferring instead to conduct a wide envelopment. The Kremlin may have scrapped even that push for now, however, in the face of increasing Ukrainian resistance in the area and extremely high Russian losses. And one should also add that latest reports indicate US military aid to Ukraine, along with intelligence data, began flowing once again, following Ukraine's talks with Trump's administration in Saudi Arabia, which of course is crucial for Kyiv's continuing defense efforts across the country. Right, so let's open today's episode with footage showing an FPV drone operated by the K2 battalion intercepting a makeshift Russian transport packed with infantry on its way to the front line. The Russians were attempting to reinforce their assault, but the precise strike put an end to their advance. Ukrainian drone operators continue to disrupt enemy movements, striking at the right time to prevent Russian forces from reaching their objectives. The footage highlights the effectiveness of FPV drones in modern warfare, turning even the simplest enemy transport into a potential death trap. And moving on now to our next feature. Operators from the Omega Unit's 5th Separate Special Purpose Detachment have recently executed a high-risk assault on Russian positions hidden deep in dense woodland. Limited visibility, uneven terrain, and the constant threat of ambush made the operation particularly challenging. Despite these difficulties, the unit's precise coordination and thorough preparation ensured success. The Ukrainians eliminated the occupier troops and secured Russian positions, further tightening control over the area.
Стой. Діма, треба додивитися все. Там уже буде ще один. Дорабати. Діма. Я тобі кажу. Один. Вилазь, жить будеш.
And with this, we conclude today's episode of Military Mind. Next deployment at the same time tomorrow, and in the meantime, please stay with us here on TVP World.